Today we're going to unpack and set up a Dynalabs permanent magnet shaker. These shakers are perfect for structural and general vibration testing and are available between 10 and 440 newtons of force. The one that we're going to unpack today includes a built-in amplifier and sine generator, so no external vibration controller is needed, but you can connect one if you like. We'll show you how to do that later in the video. All right, let's dive right in. All right, your Dynalabs shaker will arrive in a nice carrying case with protective foam inserts. You'll find a printed copy of the operation manual inside the sleeve that's part of the carrying case lid. Next, we'll find the shaker inside this compartment. Carefully lift it up and out using the trunnion base. The next compartment contains all of the related cables. This first one is a grounding cable, and it can be used to ground the shaker to an external vibration controller. And by doing this, you can prevent any ground loop issues such as 60 Hz noise. Next, we have the power supply, which you plug into a standard 120 volt outlet. And the last one is a BNC cable that can be used to connect the shaker to an external vibration controller if you decide to control the shaker that way. The next item is a compressed air fitting. This allows you to connect compressed air to the shaker for cooling purposes when running high force or amplitude vibration tests. And lastly, we have a bag of screws that can be used to attach your test item or a fixture to the armature head. The screw type and number of screws will vary depending on the shaker model. The shaker also has two trunnion handles that can be loosened to rotate the shaker. These handles are also spring-loaded that allow you to rotate them into the most convenient position. And this is where the screws attach to the armature. Now let's connect the power cable to the shaker. To remove this power connector, pull back on the spring clip first, then slide out the power connector. Then connect the other end of the power supply to a standard 120 volt outlet. To use the internal sine signal generator, pull back on the gain knob. Use the sine frequency lever to adjust the sine frequency. Then slowly increase the gain knob to increase the amplitude. You can continue to adjust the frequency and amplitude until you get to the desired vibration levels. Press and hold the sine frequency lever to quickly adjust through the frequencies. Push in the gain knob to control the shaker using an external vibration signal. Use the BNC cable that's provided to connect the shaker to the external vibration signal source. Connect one end of the BNC cable to the signal input on the shaker. Be sure to set the gain to 0 on the shaker before connecting to the external source. Then connect the other end of the BNC cable to the external source, in this case a vibration controller. Let's also connect the ground cable between the shaker and the vibration controller. This will reduce the potential for any ground loop noise. As a starting point, adjust the gain to about 50% and keep in mind that the maximum input voltage to the shaker should not exceed 1 volt. All right, I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach us at the phone number and email listed below. Thank you, and see you in the next video.